Creation of the world. First, God created heaven and earth. The earth lay in darkness, and God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw how good this light was, and called the light day, and the darkness night. Then he separated the earth's surface from the water, and land appeared on our planet. God called it the earth, and when the waters gathered together, they called it the seas. At his word, the earth was covered with tender green grass, beautiful flowers bloomed in the meadows, and fruit trees grew. And God saw that it was good, and he created the heavenly bodies and placed them in heaven. Now that the world was illuminated by the sun, moon, and stars, God he created a great variety of living creatures, fish, birds, and animals, and he blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply." The creation of man. And God said, "Let us create man in our image, in our likeness, and may they have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the sky, and over the beasts, and over the cattle, and over all the earth." And God created man. He created his body from clay, from the dust of the earth, and breathed in an immortal soul from himself. And he called the man Adam, which is translated into Russian language, just means man. "It is not good for a man to be alone," God said. "Let us create for him a helper corresponding to him." He put Adam into a deep sleep, took out one of his ribs, and created a wife from the rib, whom he called Eve, which means life. Original sin. God settled people in the Garden of Eden and allowed them to eat fruits from any tree. Only one thing, that which grew in the midst of the Garden of Eden, was forbidden to man. It was a tree of knowledge of good and evil. The Lord warned that if Adam tasted the fruits from this tree, he would die all the time. Adam and Eve were happy in a way that no one else on earth was happy after them. But the devil is the enemy of God, and Luday entered the snake and began to persuade Eve to break God forbid and try the fruit from the tree of knowledge, both believing that after that, people themselves will become like gods. Eve succumbed to the persuasion of the serpent, tasted the forbidden fruit, and treated Adam. By violating God's commandment, Adam and Eve committed the first sin, and evil began to penetrate into human souls. Exile from paradise having sinned, Adam and Eve decided to hide. But is it possible to hide from God? You can't hide from him anywhere, ever. God asked Adam, "Did you not eat from the tree from which I forbade you to eat?" God, of course, knew about what had happened, but he was in no hurry to punish his beloved creation, and Adam could have obeyed, "Your God, whom you always serve, he will save you." Then the king went to his palace, but refused dinner and did not even go to bed. The next morning he hurried to the lion's den and called Daniel in a plaintive voice. It turned out that the lions had not touched him. The king rejoiced, ordered Daniel to be pulled out, and the envious and complainers to be thrown to the lions. After that, King Darius wrote to all the peoples and tribes living all over the earth, "Peace be upon you. I give the command that in every region of my kingdom they should tremble and reverence the God of Daniel, because he is the living and ever-present God, and his kingdom is indestructible, and his dominion is endless. He delivers and saves and performs miracles and signs in heaven and on earth.